Alright, troops, hope you're having a good start to the week. I'm having an alright wee start. I was at my class the other day. It was a good wee sesh, if I'm honest. Got a few rolls in at the end, free sparring sessions, I think, so all good. I've kind of fucked my shoulder a wee bit. I just can't shake this pain in my shoulder blade, but just need to roll with the punches in it. I was fucked by the time I came back. Had to go for a siesta. And I was meant to go with my son the night, but one of the ones, but oh, you'll just stay after, I've got to play all that shit, so that's what it is, innit? Sorry I've not been active the past week, but just had a wee bit of a up, man, fucking watching that Fire Stick and all that, you know what it's like, man, you end up fucking watching 4-part series in a day and all this shit, know what I mean? I was watching a documentary there about Vladimir Putin, see the Greenpeace activists that try to board the Russian oil platform, the Arctic, way back in 2013 or something. Bonkers, mate, honestly, man. But so I wanted to do this video for a while, right? And I do want to say that it's a very disturbing case, right? So if you're easily offended, triggered, you've had this type of shit in your background, then I would suggest maybe no watching it, right? Just being drawn up. And the reason that I've no done it is because these scumbags are awaiting sentencing, right? So I was like, I'll just wait till they get sentenced, but the sentencing's been postponed about 3 times, right? So, it involves a child sex case ring in Glasgow, right? And some of yous might have noticed it in the media and all that because it's a really high profile case. And the perpetrators have been found guilty. Excuse me, man, that fucking, my shoulder. Oh, they man nothing. But aye, so there was 7 accused at the High Court in Glasgow, right, for this trial, and the testimony was just like the allegations, which to me on the allegations, know what I mean? Kids don't make this shit up. That it was the victims were like, I think they were under the age of 13. It was 2 lassies and a wee boy, and they were being sexually assaulted and violently assaulted. There was allegations of witchcraft and seances, like fucking probably Ouija boards or something. And for what I can remember, they were having grape nights, if you get what I mean. Absolutely horrendous, man. These kids were being like locked in cupboards, and said one of them was put in a microwave. Now these are like 3 kids, like 13-year-old at the time, so this was systematically occurring from, I believe, 2012 right up to like 2020 or something. And for reading between the lines, I believe somebody had raised the alarm, some guy raised the alarm, right, when I think he got to know one of the children who were being victimised, and he noticed because what, like, so say she was in his house or something and he'd left her in a room but she thought she was locked in and she wasn't, and she started kind of going a bit upset, anxious, freaking out, whatever. And obviously that's an abnormal reaction. I would notice that. You'd be like, whoa, what the hell, you know what I mean? And he's ended up kind of discovering that these kids are being seriously abused. So I believe that him and his wife were documenting all this stuff and ended up going to the cops with it. As listen, see, when it comes to this shit, man, it's not like going and saying, oh, hear that, Chris is fucking punting bars of gear and he's got a shotty under his fucking mattress or something. It's not the same thing, mate. To me, there's only one way to deal with people like this, but it just depends whether you're willing to go down that road. Do you know what I mean? Because I say kids are innocent, know what I mean? But it's just absolutely fucking horrendous, man, to think that this was going on in our city, you know what I mean? Because it just sounds it's too horrendous and too horrific to even contemplate, to think that like there's kids out there, and even kids just now, that are they'll be getting, even if it's no sexual, it'll be violent or whatever, do you know what I mean? And to me, there's no place in the world for anybody like that. To be, they all deserve the same treatment, and it's no prison, do you know what I mean? I'm just got to be honest, but I had to write all the names down, right, because there was 7 of them, and I can't remember that half the top of my head. I know I might be smart, but I'm not that smart. So, Ian Owens, 45, Elaine Lannery, 39, Leslie Williams, 42, Paul Brannan, 41, Scott Forbes, 50, Barry Watson, 47, John Clark, 48. Now, interestingly, I'm sure I was in prison with a guy called Barry Watson. I think he's for Drumchapel, but it's not the same guy. Just want to point that out. And they've all been convicted of serious sexual abuse of these 3 kids. But it was Owens, Lannery, Brannan and Williams that were convicted of an attempted murder charge, right, by putting a kid in a microwave. Like, see, when you hear that, right, I hope when these scuzzballs go in the jail, somebody puts them in a fucking microwave in the end of the section, you know what I'm talking about? Just fucking, honestly, man, just utter vermin. And there'll be people that will say, oh, but to be able to do that to a child, you must have had a hard upbringing yourself. I had a hard upbringing, but I'm not fucking putting Wayne's fucking in microwaves and having rape nights and shit, do you know what I mean? Like, it just fucking, it really bothers me. And what bothers me is the judge, right? Lord Beckett, I think it is, right? He said something very interesting, right? He said, I realise that you're only all in the same position, and what he means by that is legal position. Some of yous are more culpable than others, right? Interesting. How's there no art and part in this case? Because it sounds to me like there's no art and part getting brought up. Joint enterprise, like a conspiracy, right? Because when I was convicted of attempted murder, we were convicted as art and part. Like, basically, if any of you don't know what art and part means, English call it joint enterprise. It basically means if me and you go out to rob a bank and you're sitting outside in the motor and I walk in with a tool and fucking shoot the ceiling and fucking every cunt in the ground gives you fucking money, all that shit, and you're sitting in the motor the whole time, see, even if the 2 of us get the jail, you're getting done with as if you were in there with a gun too. They say it doesn't matter your role in the crime, it was the same. Yous were all banded together for the same purpose, common purpose, right? So, like in my case, a guy was stabbed. This case, right, that I got the 16 year for, a guy was stabbed 17 times, it says, right, but I wasn't the guy that stabbed him, and they established that in court, but I was convicted as if I had done that. So this is what I'm trying to say about art and part. If one's guilty, everybody's guilty. So if the judge is saying, I realise you're all different and you've all whatever, like they were all banding together for the common purpose of sexually assaulting and torturing children. So they should have been tried as such. I'm no legal, but come on. And there was talk about, he was saying how this is how they're saying that they've postponed the sentence like 3 fucking times, right? They were meant to have been sentenced in January this year, right? Now, who have you ever heard in the jail gone 7 months for reports? Like, know how, for those of you that don't know or have never been in prison or fucking whatever, a lot of the times when you are on trial or if you're found guilty, the sentencing hearing will be adjourned for reports, and what that means is social work background reports, psychological reports, psychiatric reports, whatever, right? And it will say things like, the social work report's just like about your background and fucking all that shit, but psychologists will basically be saying whether they think you'll reoffend or no, that you've shown remorse or you've no shown remorse, whatever. So I have never heard anything like this in the history of the judicial system in this country. And if anybody knows any case that they have heard of that this happens, I would like to hear about it. But they were meant to be sentenced in January, and it's been put off a few times. And I'm just asking, why is that? Because you're on a time scale, mate. Know what I mean? So, and they victims deserve justice to know that they wee kids deserve to know that the scumbags that done that to them are gonna pay for it. Know what I mean? And they're gonna pay, but it remains to be seen what kind of sentences these fucking human trash bags are gonna get. Because in light of recent events like BBC reporters and all that, they tend to, I know he's a higher echelon type of beast. He's embedded in the BBC and he shook hands with the Queen and fucking this and that. So he's a respectable one, whereas these scumbags were living in fucking some mad fucking dingy gaff somewhere, fucking beasting Waynes, and that's the funny thing, right? Their house was referred to as the Beastie House. Like, what, man? So, like, it's fucking, oh, what, man, to think. I don't even know who these kids, like, I don't mean to say belong to, right, but who their parents were. I don't know if they were the kids of anybody who was staying in that house or one of the accused, if you get me. And it just makes me, like, I had the impression it was just like somebody who had a habit or they had a drinking habit and they were dragging their wains round mad fucking drug dens and all, and some mad beastie's been sitting there and all that, know what I mean? And that gives me the absolute fear, because if I hadn't got out of jail, that could have been my son. Do you know what I mean? I know his ma's not that bad, right? But when you're full of, fucking drinking drugs, like when that's your main focus of the day, you know what I mean? Even more than your kids' well-being and safety, do you know what I mean? Just gives me the fear, mate. And I don't even want to say, you know what I mean? It just, because I know people say things like, oh, Chris, you're doing brilliant, and oh, hats off to you and all that shit. Aye, right, but listen, mate, see being on the straight and narrow, it's a fucking full-time job. I'm no kidding. See, try to shut up the old thoughts and aye, I'm good at it now because I've got a kid and I don't want to lose my kid and ruin his fucking life. But trust me, mate, anybody who's done the amount of time I've done and they says they still don't get the mad thoughts in their head, it's thoughts, feelings, actions. Do you know what I mean? Like, something might happen, I might go, fucking daft, I'll have to smash him, right? It's inbuilt, but it doesn't get past, that might make me feel angry or anxious or irritated or whatever, but I don't go and do it, because if I ever went to jail for like fucking crimes like that again, and and it's not even that, you just don't want to put your kid through that. Do you know what I mean? So it's just fucking, it's frightening, man, what people are willing, or people find enjoyable doing to children. That just boils my blood, right? And I tell you another thing that'll fucking boil my blood. See if none of these cunts get fucking lifers, at least they should be getting LROs, lifelong restriction order, it's called. And I bet I'll not be seeing any of this, 18 months shite and all that, like fucking what? You've got to question a system that's giving these type of sentences to fucking depraved beasts. You need, I'm sure you do question it, because anytime I look in a comment section of a newspaper story, right, and it's got shit like that, the sentences are fucking laughable, mate. Know what I mean? Guys are getting more sentences for selling a bit of gear. Fuck's sake, know what I mean? Fucking rats, man. Probably because they're all fucking, like, oh, I know how I would feel if it was me, you know. That's what they fucking judges are probably like, man. They're probably fucking, know what I mean? That wine kind, man. Just one hand washes the other, innit? Fucking scumbags, man. But can't even remember when they said the next sentencing hearing was, but it'll be interesting to see how the psychological risk assessment report comes back, because I remember one time, this is a true story, right? You can Google this. In fact, I'll do a video on this, right? I can't mind the guy's name, right? But I'll find it. Trust me, I'll find it. So, when I was up for sentencing, right, there was a guy up before me getting sentenced, and he was a beast, and he looked like a pure beast, and he was done with, was it raping an 18-month-old Wayne? It was something like that, right? And the psychologist who done his risk assessment report, right? I knew him for the Puzzle Factory, this cunt, right? And he had says, on my view, this guy is not a danger, isn't at risk of reoffending, right? And they said I was, right? But then when I come up, my report was fucking, he's fucking no remorse, he's the traits, psychopathy, whatever, right? Now, the only reason that I knew about that case was because my family, my cousin, my girlfriend, were all sitting in the public gallery when this cunt was up for sentencing before me, right? And they were still in the gallery, so this is the only reason I knew about this case. And she was like, how can he say that? How can they say that about this cunt? You raped an 18-month-old Wayne. How do you even get that in your head while you're thinking about doing that, and you're not at risk of reoffending? That's like me saying, I'm not at risk of having sex with a woman my own age. Know what I mean? You fucking cretin, man. He should have been struck off for that. And funnily enough, I seen something in the paper. He was discredited. He said that he was fucking, said his PA, I don't know, I can't remember. It was something like, it's a Sunday Mail story on him, saying that he'd lied about his fucking degrees or something, I don't know. But he was working in the state hospital, so fuck knows how he got a job now if he's making it up. Know what I mean? I'm not saying these degrees, he's got more degrees and fuck knows what, this cunt, but fucking idiot, mate. What kind of psychologist are you, right? And you think anybody on this planet, anybody, I don't give a fuck who it is, mate, if you've committed any offence like that against a Wayne, right, if that is what you like, you're always at risk of reoffending, mate. There's just no getting round it. It's stamped into you. So don't give your fucking pish. fucking bams, mate, honestly, man. But hopefully, I back to back to the story, you know what I mean? But aye, fucking dafty, man. And I hope that these psychologists, if these, I know you can't judge a book by its cover, but when I seen the mugshots of these 7 arse-wipes, they don't look like the sharpest fucking blades in the fucking drawer, know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Might be sitting playing, oh, poor me, and they might, oh, poor you, you had a bad upbringing. Oh, no, you're ready to go home, mate. Don't fucking think so, you're ready to go off a fucking Clyde Bridge, you cunt, with a pair of fucking cement Air Max on. Know what I mean? Fucking bams, mate. Just sorry for the rant, mate, but shit like this just hits home. See, any day with Wayne's, it's your duty as an adult and a parent. Honestly, I believe that. It's your duty, mate. Know what I mean? But keep your eyes peeled anyway. I'll probably do a video when they get sentenced anyways, do you know what I mean? And discuss probably the sentencing, because I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a couple of LROs getting dished out, but to me they should all have been done with joint enterprise, Beast and Wayne's, mate. Because I just don't get why the judge said that. That really stood out to me. Do you know what I mean? Because to me, by that very statement, they couldn't have been done out in part, so I don't understand that. So, fucking beastie bastards, man. Know what I mean? But anyway, I'll leave it there anyway. Cheers for listening to me. I hope your ears are not bleeding. Know what I mean? But, just pisses me off, mate. Know what I mean? But, maybe try and do a wee live soon, know what I mean? I've not done one in a couple of months, they were funny. Sitting at the weekend, know what I mean? But listen, yous all take care, right? And have a good evening. And I'll see yous next time I'm back on. Good night.